Do you get game burnout often? Because I get game burnout pretty often. I get game burnout like people who make poor life choices go to Long John Silver's. Very frequently. On a real note, can that company be anything other than a money laundering front? Who actually goes there? A single Long John Silver's can warp a utopian society into a localized zombie apocalypse. Wherever a Long John Silver's is, tragedy and debauchery will run amok within the surrounding communities. I am wholeheartedly confident in saying you can cross-reference crime centers in metropolitan areas with a map of Long John Silver's franchises and see a direct overlap. Have you ever heard the phrase, whenever a bell rings, an angel gets their wings? Well, Long John Silver's is kind of the direct opposite of that, if you would. You see, the saying goes, whenever a Long John Silver's is built, your grandmother gets ass cancer. So, I just hate the fish man so much. I mean, him along with all horses and the entire concept of Arizona in the summertime should not exist. Anyway, we are going to talk about what burnout is, why it happens, how to prevent it, and how to handle it once you've already got it. You're also going to leave a comment or two if you have an efficient way of handling burnout that could help somebody else. Game burnout is basically like an STD, but not one of the trendy ones like the clap that has benefits such as warming you up in the morning or scaring off predators. Instead, it's one of those ratchet-ass hot Cheeto STDs like crabs or gonorrhea. The only real difference is, instead of getting it through intimate and reckless personal interaction, you receive it the opposite way. Now, you may have been busy fucking about, but you never once left home and touched a woman, or man. I don't know what you're into. Hell, maybe you even touched both, but that's besides the point here. Wait, no, it's not. Actually, the point is that you were sat on your ass playing too many video games, and you just overdid it. By the way, you ever wonder about phrases like that? Like, who felt it necessary to clarify sitting on your ass as if there were more options? Pardon me there, James Earl Jackoff, but I'm simply not privy to what you're planted down on top of during times of rest. Is it not your ass? Motherfucker, are you hovering? If so, good luck dodging the steel chair I'm gonna huck at you for being a goddamn witch, you bootleg Chris Angel mind-freaking fucklet. So, we've established that you played too much video games, and now they're boring for a couple of reasons. You ran out of content, the grind doesn't feel worth it, you realize the game is pretty janky, and or the gameplay loop just got too repetitive. We can handle a few of those here, maybe we can get up to a grand total of 3, but the answer to all of the problems is going to remain the same. Drinking. Drinking hard and often. If you're not going to do that, well, I guess I can try to scrounge up an alternative for you. Time. If you have a problem in life, and it's not time sensitive like diarrhea or an election, you can usually maintain some sanity by fucking off before you get aggravated. And yeah, I called elections a problem. Look, I gotta vote soon and stare down the ballot of a bunch of fucking losers that make me personally envious of miscarriages. This shit sucks. Anyway, don't go take a walk and think things over. Just leave and go do something else. Play a different game, shoot dice with the gang members on the corner, take a nap, respectfully look at some titties. Just occupy yourself in a way that leads your mind elsewhere. If you're sitting and playing a game that you're tired of playing, or you're wasting your time thinking of a game that you're tired of playing, you're just wasting heartbeats on shit that you don't actually want to do. I'm sorry that heartbeat statement just put a lightning bolt up some of your asses, but well, no, that was a lie. I don't care, and I hope you think about it frequently. Use it for inspiration to do better, not just forming a pit of dread associated with being a failure in your stomach. We're going to get over sunken cost fallacy with my burrito math now. If you're unaware, sunken cost fallacy is the feeling of, I put so much effort into this already, it's all for nothing if I stop now. Some of you currently feel that way about your significant other. You should start fixing that shit quickly. Anyway, that's besides the point. Start thinking of games like good food. Let's say a good meal is, $10. Yeah, Fantasyland already, but just stay with me here. Compare the enjoyment that meal gave you with the game that you've been playing. You're looking for about 6 or 7 meals worth of enjoyment out of a big budget game. If you got that level of enjoyment before the boredom, fuck yeah, you made a good investment. Take a break for a while. Enjoying it any further, and you're already winning by burrito math. Burrito math absolutely fucks, and you should use it in many more avenues of life if you want to measure enjoyment. It was originally going to be cocaine math, but the fractions didn't work out, and it's really hard to enjoy something more than cocaine. How do we avoid this whole burnout situation from happening to begin with? I know damn well your hyperfixated ass can't listen to this in full, so I'm just going to tell you regardless and hope you reflect back on it someday. Just remember that I was here to rely on when Mommy and Daddy were going through the divorce. Now, is it your father's fault for the Sri Lankan ladyboy mishap? Perhaps. But maybe it was your mother who's to blame for becoming cold, distant, and unloving after the accident, driving him to do such things. Or, maybe again, it was you, the constant reminder of their failures as parents. Look, don't make that face at me, you cock-tugger. I'm just trying to give you a better backstory so you're not just a sad pussy for no reason. Anyway, you're gonna get past growing tired of games by doing other shit preemptively. Have several games in rotation so you can bounce back and forth for a constant stream of content. Obviously, you'll maintain favorites, but you won't have to live and die by them. If you regular 3 or so games that differ in gameplay, you triple the lifetime that each of those games would otherwise have if you focused on them. I try to keep at least one sandbox game in the mix because 1, shit's just relaxing and unserious, it's good to kick back to, and 2, they tend to take much longer to run themselves dry. If you're doing multiplayer games, the best way to extend the lifespan will be the people you play with. Luckily for you, I've got a full Discord precisely for that linked in the description. Just be old enough before joining. Otherwise, I appreciate you hanging around. Have a good one.